Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 4th of January 2022. Talk about everything that went down tonight on sorry. I'm literally looking at something that says AEW because unfortunately Matt Jackson and Brandon Cutler have tested positive for COVID-19 and will not be at Dynamite tomorrow. So yeah, that's not good. Also, speaking of COVID, Kevin Owens' wife has it and says that he is now starting to show symptoms. So hopefully he doesn't have it, but she's tested positive. He hasn't tested positive yet, but is now starting to show symptoms. So all the best for Matt Jackson, Brandon Cutler, and Kevin Owens and his family. But with that, we're here to talk about NXT New Year's Evil. Let me pull up my notes. Sorry, I was reading this about Matt Jackson right as I went live. Why? I read it and then I still had it up and never pulled it down. Let me flip tabs here. And there we go. All right, cool. So we're here to talk about NXT New Year's Evil. I thought for the most part the show was pretty good. I did not like that women's match. That women's match was a no bueno for me. It was not that good at all. And then it just ended, it felt like they're going. I looked away for a second. I hear ding, ding, ding. I go, wait, that was it? I looked away for not even 20 seconds and it was over. I'm like, wait, what, huh? But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWUnlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PWUnlimited. Remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can subscribe to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to, and I'd greatly appreciate it. You subscribe to us right here, but that's not the only reason to link your Twitch account and your Amazon Prime account, because you also get free stuff like this month, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Free. But with that, also on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out over there by donating a Twitch bit. Or no, wrong one. By donating a super chat or a super sticker in the live chat. Also, remember, you can subscribe to the channel by hitting that join button down below and becoming a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to news, early access podcast episodes, early access non-news videos, and so much more. But the other way you could support us that really doesn't cost you anything is the Epic Games Store. If you head over to the Epic Games Store and buy a game, say you're buying Guardians of the Galaxy or Riders Republic or Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, well, it's going to ask you right before you check out, you have a code, a creator code, and you do. It's PWUnlimited. But here's the other cool thing. If you're cashing in on one of their free games, you put that code in as well. And well, right now, if you like the newer Tomb Raider trilogy, they're all free till January 6th. You go over there, click claim free game. Just like when you're buying something, it'll ask you if you have a creator code, and you do. It's PWUnlimited. Whether you're buying something through Fortnite, Rocket League, or the Epic Games Store, remember to use that code PWUnlimited to support us right here. But with that, we've got a show to talk about. NXT. I thought the show was better than expected. I really did. I really liked the show better than I thought I would going into it. Ooh. The sneeze and a cough all in one. Jeez, dang god darn. The show opened up with the unification match of the North American and Cruiserweight Championships. And there's been some conflicting things going around saying, oh, it's just going to be the North American title going forward. But then someone tried saying, oh, it's the North American Cruiserweight Championship. But no, it's just the North American title. So the match starts off and it's just action, and everything flowing really well. These two guys working great together. I'm going to say right now, Carmelo Hayes, AEW missed out. AEW used him early on and didn't sign him. He got looked by WWE, and bada bing, bada boom, now look at him. So there was a double down during the commercial break. All the breaks were picture-in-picture, and Strong got to his feet and chopped down Hayes. Strong was working over the back as the show returned from break. Hayes came back with a La Mystica transition into a crossface. Looked very cool. Hayes, no, Strong then countered an attempt to a Boston Crab, and he put him in the stronghold. Hayes then reversed to apply the stronghold on Strong. So he kind of took him out of his move to put him in his own move. Another counter later, and Strong applied a stronghold on Hayes. Hayes is able to get to the ropes to break the hold. I do want to say thank you to Chase Douglas for the super sticker donation. Really, really, really do appreciate that. Hayes was getting rocked by some strikes when Stryker delivered an Olympic slam. Strong, I don't know why I said Stryker. Strong delivered an Olympic slam for a near fall. They kept trading, and each guy was getting knocked down, and they were trading near falls and this and that. It was coming to the home stretch of the match. Strong gives Hayes an X-Plex. Well, actually an avalanche X-Plex off the top rope in a crazy looking spot here. Vic Joseph just called it an X-Plex, but it was an avalanche X-Plex. Strong then delivered the move, yet Hayes covered Strong with one arm to get a 2. Hayes then leaped up into a slice into the air to slice Strong with a guillotine leg drop from the heavens. Hayes then covered Strong for the 3 to successfully defend and gain. Successfully defend the North American title and gain the Cruiserweight Championship. Also, D-Lo-E in the YouTube chat says, I knew Roderick would lose because Melo's family was there and Roderick's family wasn't. Well, I don't know if Roddy's family's... Well, that's not true. Because even after she was released... No. Because Roddy's wife got released last year. So I don't know how often she'd be around. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes' family being there to see this win, really cool. So NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa is in the locker room, clutching to Goldie when he is met by AJ Styles. They exchange pleasantries before Styles heads to the ring for his upcoming segment with Grayson Waller. The live audience gave Styles just a massive reaction here, as big as they can for the small crowd there inside the Performance Center, and rightfully so. The crowd chants his name, and Styles says he never gets tired of hearing that. Styles gets more serious as he talks about his regrets. Styles remarks about having not gone through NXT, saying, when I first came to WWE, yeah, I did want to come to NXT. It may be crazy to hear, but there's something special about this place. He's like, but I debuted in the Royal Rumble, went straight to the main roster. Crowd starts chanting for NXT. Styles points to the right point and says, right here, this is the passion I'm talking about. Styles will not let anyone take that passion away from these fans, thus bringing up the name Grayson Waller, which I don't get that, because it's not like Grayson Waller's trying to tell the fans not to cheer. He's just trying to say cheer for me. So I didn't get that. But Waller did come out and interrupt. Waller cut a promo on Styles before cutting a promo on the fan in the front row. Waller says that he knows the reason Styles lost last night on Raw, and Waller is implying that he himself is a really great wrestler. No, you ain't, bro. No, you ain't, bro. Styles informs Waller that he's never had a match in NXT. Styles said he already has... Wait, hold on. Wait. Did he not? I remember there was a deal where him and the Good Brothers came to NXT. Did they not actually compete? I thought they did a 6-man. Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. I could have swore that he competed. Maybe it was just a little kerfuffle thing. Anyways, said he's never had a match in NXT and he would like to, so he challenges Waller to a match. Says all they need is a ref. AJ said, I'm ready to go. I'm in my gear. Waller's wearing street clothes and begged off. Styles tells him to, quote, grow a sack and get in the ring. Waller takes off his shirt and gets into the ring. Waller circles Styles before stopping to basically say, well, not tonight. Waller then challenged AJ to a main event match next week. Styles accepts. Waller tries to cheap shot AJ. AJ ducks the punch. Styles then decks Waller, but Waller baits Styles into a trap. Styles fights back with the Pele kick, and Styles goes for a signature springboard. Waller bails out of the ring and hightails up the ramp. So next week, the main event on NXT will be AJ Styles against Grayson Waller. Then we had a pretty stupid segment. It was a pre-tape. I guess it sets up a match for next week. They didn't announce anything with this, but Amari Miller was in the gym. Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter, and they're doing their little TikTok dances. Whatever you want to call it. And they are approached by Persia Perota and Indy Hartwell. But accepts a challenge for a trios match. There was some comedy here with Wendy Chu, the former Mi Yang, and Karen Q. She was sleeping on a pillow, and I guess they asked her to be her partner, and she said yes, and then yeah. So I guess that's Wendy Chu's new thing. She's always asleep, and then someone's going to ask her to be in a match. I don't know. It's whatever. I don't know when the match is happening either, because they announced 3 matches for next week, and this was not one of them. You know what was good in trios action? 6-man action? Riddle and MSK against Imperium. This match was really, really fun. Just like the opener, a lot of action. A lot of action. Imperium worked over Carter early as the show returned from a break, not too long into this match. There's a hot tag to Riddle, and Riddle unloaded with a flurry of offense. Riddle cleaned house as he ran wild on Walter. There's a triple flying with stereo dives through the ropes by MSK and Riddle, and a springboard twisting whisper in the wind. Imperium collectively fought back. Walter got a near fall on Riddle. There's a double team by Barthel and Eichner on Riddle, and Carter made the save to break up the pin. Walter barked some orders at Barthel and Eichner to go for their finish. Riddle countered as he tagged out to Carter. Lee then tags in, and there's another quick tag to Riddle. MSK then executed some tandem finish as Riddle followed this up with the bro salt, or the floating bro, I think is what it is. I don't know why I wrote bro salt. Floating bro. Riddle then catches Barthel with an RKO, and Riddle covers him to pick up the victory. So the team of MSK and Matt Riddle, or just Riddle, do pick up the victory here. Fun match. I really did enjoy this. Joe Gacy announces that he and Harlan are a tag team, and as a tag team, they will be in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Okay, cool. We also learned that the Creed brothers will be in it, and MSK will be in it as well. All this tonight just for MSK to have to go on to win the Dusty Cup again. Trapstar says they made it official for next week on social media because they didn't announce it on TV. Trust me, I posted all the matches they announced on TV, and this was not one of them. They did not state the 6-man or the 6-woman tag. We can go check the social media, though. NXT. Maybe it was announced on social media. Let's see. Crowbar on a pole match. AJ and Waller. Yeah. I don't know where you saw it announced, but yeah, crowbar on a pole match. AJ and Waller. Quinn versus Escobar. That's all I see on social media. So I don't know. You say on TV, but no. They didn't officially run it down with the rundown for next week, though. Trust me, I know. Next up, well, actually, hold on. We're going to talk about this dumb shit. So, was it on like, okay. I apologize if I missed it then. So it wasn't with the actual run of show for next week. Was it at like the bottom corner deal during, so you're saying, Caden is saying it was in the, during the sixth woman was announced during the breaker match. So it was like in the bottom. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just paying attention to the match because I was thoroughly enjoying that match. So randomly, we see a helicopter. And then we see Mandy Rose is in the helicopter. And then Mandy gets out of the helicopter and go to break. And I'm like, okay. Charlotte did this 2.5 years ago. So we come back. No Mandy. It's Elektra Lopez talking about Zion Quinn and Santos Escobar. And says next week the two will fight and the loser leaves with me. And then they go to the ringside area. And out comes not Mandy Rose, but Cora Jade. And then Raquel Gonzalez. And by this time I go, yeah, Mandy coming in on the helicopter 15 minutes ago really was a big deal. No. Like, that was dumb. And this match, not that good. Because it's a 6-man, or because it's a triple threat, no DQ, and they made sure to let us know that with the kendo stick. So early on, this match went to a break, and that's when the kendo stick did come into play. After the break, Gonzalez was looking strong with her power moves. Gonzalez was tossing Jade out of the match at one point, and then Gonzalez points at Rose, trying to flee. Basically, they made it seem like they killed Cora Jade when she got thrown out of the ring, and Mandy didn't try to catch her or anything. Mandy goes to run off. Raquel chases after her, and they go back to the ring. Rose begs off before Gonzalez begins to rain down some punishment. Rose cuts off Gonzalez for a near fall. Gonzalez hulks up and gives Rose a powerbomb for the finish. Gonzalez goes for the cover, and in comes Cora Jade out of nowhere to break it up. You ain't winning there. Gonzalez then turns her fury towards Jade, but Jade is able to counter. Jade shoves Gonzalez out of the ring. Jade then smirks towards the camera and gets rolled up. With this roll up, Mandy cradles her and retains the title. And I'm like, really? That's it? That's the finish? It's just over? Like I said, she looks at the camera. I looked away for a second, maybe 20 seconds max. And then I hear ding, ding, ding. I'm like, and your winner, and still. And I'm like, wait, it's over? Show me a replay, please, because I missed that. I legit missed that. Just came out of nowhere. Like, what? We then get a segment where Riddle's talking with MSK. They say that they're going to go after the tag titles. Riddle then says, I'm leaving. This is not goodbye forever, but goodbye for now. And he rides off on the scooter. The Creed brothers come up and go, you ain't getting a tag title shot until you win the Dusty Cup again. And they're like, I guess we got to win the Dusty Cup. And it's like, who are the Creed brothers to put stips on MSK? Huh? Because they're like, well, you were out on your journey. The tag team division changed here in NXT. I'm like, did it? Did it really? D'Lo, he says the crowd was confused. You talking about with the finish of the women's title match? Because, yeah, I was confused as well watching it on TV. So next up, we had Andre Chase come out, and he thanked his student that saved him last week. Said this man put his body on the line to save me. They had like a little pep rally thing. And he said, tonight, I am going to give out the first ever Andre Chase, or the first ever Chase University scholarship to that man. And he still didn't say his name. And he's never said his name. And they're supposed to think that that man's a fan. And I'm like, what? Okay. But not at this point. Hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we've seen this man plenty of times on NXT television, waving the flag in the back on the ramp with Andre Chase in the ring. And Von Wagner then comes out. And he cuts a promo where he says bullshit, and they bleep it out. Well, they didn't bleep it, but they censored it, where they just didn't play the audio. And Von Wagner's out here sounding like his dad, Cal Bloom, like really sounding like his father, which is weird. Just like how Braun Breaker sounds like a Steiner. Von Wagner cutting his heel promo really sounded like his dad. But anyways, Chase tries to tell him that this was a teachable moment. Wagner is hearing none of it. Wagner then floors Chase with the clothesline, and Wagner gives him an Olympic slam. Wagner was not done fighting, though. He then starts attacking the Chase U students. Wade Barrett somehow gets in an Antonio Brown joke here as Wagner's going crazy. Officials then pour out to break up the melee. We then see that security was escorting Wagner out of the building through the, I guess you could say, the trainer's area. You see Roddy on a table, and then all of a sudden, like, they stop escorting him out. They freeze. Freaking Ivy Nile kind of bows up to Von Wagner, and then they keep going. Like, what? That ain't going to happen. They're not going to do Ivy Nile versus Von Wagner. Maybe Roderick Strong versus Von Wagner or something, but what? Anyways, so they then tell us we have to apologize. And I don't know if you guys heard this there live or not, but Vic Joseph literally says we have to apologize for the actions of Von Wagner towards the WWE universe there. We never want to put our WWE or our NXT universe in harm's way, and that is not something we condone here at NXT. They really wanted us to think that this blonde-haired guy that we see almost every week with Andre Chase is a fan, because he got grabbed and thrown over the little barricade thing they got there and slammed down onto the mat. What? He's not a fan, and we know it. So don't talk like he's a fan. Don't dumb it down for us and make us try to. No. Don't play dumb with us. Video package show that Cameron Grimes said he may be done chasing the green because in 2022 he wants to chase the gold and take 2020 to the moon. Got some announcements for next week. AJ Styles, Grayson Waller, Zion Quinn, Santos Escobar, Pete Dunne, and Tony D'Angelo in a crowbar on a pole match. And I think they also announced Boa and Solo Sikoa. D. Louis says they apologized to the crowd too. Wow. Okay then. Wow. Like, it was all the plants, right? Like, it was just all the plants that he attacked. Especially the guy with the long blonde hair that we see all the time. Anyways, time for the main event. This went great. I loved this match so much. They got a fight forever chant, and I wasn't against it. So it was the NXT title on the line. Tommaso Ciampa, Braun Breaker, commercial free. I'm glad. Breaker got a special entrance where he had these chains wrapped to his arm and the I guess you could say video wall, and the NXT logo was up there, the old one, and he pulls it down, the chains, and the logo on the screen breaks. The camera pans out and we see inflatable X like the old NXT logo, and he kicks through it, and I go, oh, well, if that ain't telling us that he's winning this match. You know what else is telling us he's winning this match? His daddy being in the crowd as well. They didn't make reference to it, but thanks to D-Lo Wee, he had sent me a picture beforehand showing me, hey, Rick Steiner's here, which is really cool. Ciampa got his regular entrance, and then they did the intros in the ring. They said, the champion, the challenger, and this and that, and the match gets started. Breaker starts like a house on fire as he manhandles Ciampa with power moves. Ciampa fights dirty to cut off Breaker. Yet, Breaker answers back. Ciampa's eventually able to cut him off. And Breaker's unable to fight back after missing a splash. Breaker is sent to the outside. Ciampa then follows this up with a flip dive over the ropes to the floor. There's a sleeper hold applied by Ciampa, and Breaker gets out of it. There's a double down spot as well as both struggle to their feet. They trade strikes in the middle of the ring. Breaker explodes with lariats and a stinger splash. Breaker then slams Ciampa to the mat. Breaker sets up for a Super Frankensteiner, but Ciampa crotches him on the turnbuckle. Breaker is trapped in the Tree of Woe, and Ciampa stomps on him. Nonetheless, Breaker fires back yet again and delivers a nice looking spine buster. Breaker follows up with a standing moonsault, and Ciampa kicks out at 2.5. Ciampa cuts off Breaker, and Ciampa shoves him off the turnbuckle. Ciampa hits a series of knee strikes, while blood starts to trickle down his face into his eye. Breaker explodes with a spear out of nowhere to rock Ciampa. Again, not sure where the blood came from. I mean, I know it came from his face, but like what spot caused him to start bleeding? Wasn't sure. They start facing off and trading strikes once more. Ciampa backs Breaker into the corner. Breaker then answers back with a Frankensteiner. Things went slightly awry when Ciampa countered Breaker's signature power slam. Ciampa is able to drape Breaker on the ropes. Ciampa then delivers the Willow's Bell, and Breaker kicks out. Ciampa then applies a half crab. Breaker gets to the ropes to break the hold. Fight spills to the outside where Ciampa pulled back the mats to expose the concrete. Breaker gives Ciampa an Alabama slam on the announce desk, and ooh, this looked like it hurt. Breaker then delivers his powerful finisher, but Ciampa grabs the bottom ropes with like the tips of his fingers to break the pinfall, like to get the rope break. Ciampa then crotches Breaker on the ropes. Ciampa then knees Breaker right into the face. After a trifecta of knee stripes, Ciampa continues with the fairy tale ending. Breaker musters enough will to kick out. Ciampa is in disbelief. He can't believe Breaker kicked out. They fight while perched on the turnbuckle. Breaker shoves off Ciampa, and Breaker jumps off the middle rope with a Rick Steiner style flying bulldog. This time, he didn't slip on the ropes. Breaker then pulls down the straps. Breaker, he's trying to remember his stuff here because he's like, I got to go for the finish. Wait, no, intensity. So he stops for a second, looks around, then he gets on top of Ciampa, pulls down the straps. He got lost for a second, but hey, this is still a really good match nonetheless. Puts Ciampa in a Steiner recliner. They don't call it that, but they do say he's reclining Ciampa's back. And Ciampa eventually does tap out before Braun Breaker becomes the new NXT champion. Overall, I thought this match was really, really good. A few spots that Breaker got a little lost, like when Ciampa slipped out of the power slam, and then when he was going for the finish, he got a little lost there because he was like he was ready to just jump right on Ciampa for the move, but he knew, wait, pander the crowd just a tiny bit, pull the straps, and then go for it. So, he's still learning the whole play it up to the crowd, and, you don't got to just boom, boom, boom everything. Sometimes you need a quick little pause here and there, but it's all good. It's all good. Braun Breaker's the champ. And after the show went off the air, his father celebrated with him in the ring. According to D'Lo Wee, he said Ciampa hugged Rick after the match. And I've seen a lot of photos since the show did go off the air of this, with him and Rick getting in the ring together, him going over to Rick before Rick even, acknowledged anything. And it's great that his dad was there. It's really cool that his dad was there to see him win his first championship. But with that was NXT New Year's Evil. You know what I thought? Now it's time to hear what you guys thought. So let's check the polls as we pull those up. Remember, you can put a super chat in the YouTube chat to let us know what you thought, or you can text in to 510-906-1341. Again, your thought can go to 510-906-1341. But as far as the Twitch poll, 50% liked it, 50% thought it was just all right. Going forward with the Twitter poll, 65% liked the show, 26% thought it was just all right, and 7% did not like the show. And as far as the YouTube poll, 80% liked it, 19% thought it was just all right, and 1% did not like the show. Checking out the text messages here, this person says, I really liked tonight's New Year's Evil and wouldn't mind seeing Liv Morgan come back to challenge Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's Championship. Also, did you find out if AJ is moving to SmackDown or NXT? Well, AJ's not moving to NXT, but there is a possibility that they move AJ to SmackDown. It is something that has been discussed recently. I don't know if it's going to, and no one knows if it's going to happen for sure, but it is something that is being discussed because they need more baby faces on SmackDown, especially with Drew McIntyre out with an injury. It says, do you think Io Shirai or Kaylee Ray should challenge Mandy Rose next for the NXT Championship soon? Who do you like Dusty Cup this year? Well, I'm not going to make a Dusty Cup, prediction. Do we know all the teams? We only know of 3 so far. And as far as Io or Kaylee Ray, I say go Kaylee Ray. Why not? Go Kaylee Ray challenging Mandy for the title and maybe even winning it. Another question asking who I think could win the Dusty Cup. Again, don't know because we don't know all the teams, so I'm not going to make a prediction. Just like the Royal Rumble. I'm not going to make a bold prediction for the Rumble until we know everybody in it and not in it. Because I may make a prediction saying so-and-so is going to win the Royal Rumble and then not even be in it. And this person here says, I know a lot of people give NXT 2.0 a lot of shit, but it's not that bad. Tonight's show was not that bad, no. It says, what's next for Roderick Strong? Oh, it looks like a Von Wagner match. That's what looks like it's next. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWUnlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PWUnlimited. Remember, we will be live tomorrow night talking about AEW Dynamite. It's the first Dynamite on TBS. Remember, TBS. Also, don't forget, tonight, night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom. So with that, guys, have a great night. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.